You know that feeling when you wake up, the sun's shining, and you just know it's going to be a great day. So you decide to indulge in a simple morning stretch. But unfortunately, you made a cataclysmic mistake that will ruin your entire day because you had just looked in the mirror. But since you're in denial, you go to double check what you have just seen. So you rub your eyes, go extend your eyes out wide so you can see everything closely. Go closer to the mirror and verify what you have just seen. And without a doubt, you are ugly as fuck. And after realizing it's you in the mirror, it's your face that you see in the mirror, and the fact that you're chopped, you start looking at your face in disgust. And then shortly after, still in the denial stage, you start hitting one of these.
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Full well knowing that it's your face in that mirror. And then you slowly start to wonder, how did it get this bad? Because the thing about being ugly is that you can make one wrong move and you are chopped. Because prior to 2024, I was actually a good looking individual. My face card will never ever decline. But as soon as that clock struck midnight and it became 2024, everything began to change for the worse. Like, I just became more chopped day by day. Life just went downhill each day. And the next thing you know, I cut off my hair and then I was unofficially chopped. The reason why I say unofficially is because I was still in the denial stage, because I just came out of a failed situationship. So I decided to start focusing more on myself. As a result, I disregarded my appearance a lot more, which led to me becoming increasingly chopped. But I did not know that at the time. I just thought I got no female attention because I chose not to get female attention. I know it sounds dumb, but when you're in denial, you make some mad excuses up. And then April of 2024 came round and I decided I was in a good enough place mentally and spiritually to start speaking to females again. But here was one crucial issue. Girls don't give a fuck about the mental and spiritual shit. They only care if you're leng. And my dilemma was, I was just a bad looking individual. And it took me till around May, June to finally actually accept and realize that, because after I sent girls a photo of myself, they would instantly block me, remove me, or straight up call me ugly. And then it finally hit me. I am ugly. And then again, I had to focus on myself. Keep in mind the key word, I had to. Reason being, I didn't have anything else going for me. For example, because my face card used to be valid, I didn't have to work on my personality as much. So I had a cool 4 out of 10 personality and I was a ugly 2 out of 10 in the face. And on top of that, I'm short and broke, so I really don't have that much going for me. So I went from a 99 overall demigod to a cool 60 overall brown shirt with no badges at all. So not only were the 10 out of 10s not feeling me, but also the ugly fat plate cleaners would not even dare to have a conversation with me. That's how bad I was. Fuck it, why am I saying was? I'm still in that exact same boat. If anything, it's gotten worse. Especially over August time during summer, I was walking around like a Elden Ring mob. My appearance was so subhuman that it was making literal children cry at the mere sight of my face.
I beg your pardon?
And another downside of being ugly is that you are unable to do anything. Any minor mishap, any minor misstep, you will be indicted for life. Because obviously there is pretty privilege, where good looking people get more privileges than others. But ugly people like me, we do not receive any privileges whatsoever. If anything, we need to act with the utmost care. Because even if we didn't do anything, just by virtue of being facially impaired, we are going to be the #1 suspect. And that's why when I go to parties, I act with the utmost care, especially with the state I am in now. But then again, since I'm ugly, we don't have that many temptations. For example, one time I was at this party, there was this girl who usually gets drunk, and when she's drunk, she loses all her common sense. And when that happens, she becomes attracted to anything and everything in sight. However, somehow I was the exception to the rule. And I also want you to take note in the fact that she was taking in a disgusting amount of alcohol. But for some reason, I am so facially impaired that I was able to sober her up. help her regain her common sense and know, ugh, that's Carlton. I don't want to be near that. I'm not attracted to that. That disgusts me. Get me away from him now. And prior to me coming into her line of sight, she was unable to form proper sentences, let alone stand up straight. But when she saw me, she stood up straight, completely sobered up, and spoke the best English I've ever seen her speak. At least now I'm in a slightly better state since I've been working on my personality, but I'm still broke, and I'm still ugly as fuck, and I'm still short as shit. And let me tell you now, being broke and ugly is a terrible mix. Sometimes I have nightmares at night, wondering whether I can carry on my family lineage. Like, really think about that. My bloodline is going to end because I am chopped. But the issue with me, I'm a different type of ugly nigga though. I'm an ugly nigga that is way too prideful to accept that he's ugly. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for making a video about being ugly, but I'll never stoop so low to go down to those 3s and 2 out of 10s. Like, I know I am far from a 10 or 9 out of 10, but I still want a 9 or 10 out of 10 wife. Someone like this girl here, Ava, but I'm just putting that shit out in the universe. But if God can make it happen, if God can make it work, 3 million alley-oop, man. If she ever sees this, the IG's right there. Follow me, DM me, and things of that nature. And just remember this, being facially impaired is not the be-all and end-all, because I can guarantee someone will find you attractive.
Yeah, this way too far, gonna say this shit I won't